Hey friends, today we're looking at 27 weird jobs that pay. And yes, people actually get paid for this.
Humans will wait in line for money, dignity, or both. 13 words. 1. Professional line holder. You get paid to breathe other people's impatience. Imagine treating queuing like a blue-chip skill. There's a real market for people who will stand in line so you don't have to. Product launches, limited edition sneakers, concert ticket drops, college registration chaos, or immigration queues. Clients pay by the hour or by the mission. The longer and more painful the wait, the higher the fee. These pros learn street logistics, bathroom breaks, snack timing, weather prep, and bring armor-level patience. Some run small businesses, booking multiple shifts a day, subcontracting to friends, charging rush fees for scary deadlines. It sounds humiliating until you remember somebody who desperately needs that PlayStation or the only visa interview slot in months and will gladly pay for the privilege of not camping outside a storefront. The job's selling point? Low entry barrier, immediate cash, and zero resume overlap with team player, unless the team is literally person in line. Punchline: it's the only career where your primary skill is doing nothing and being paid more than your college roommate who actually graduated. 2. Pet food sensory analyst. Yes, humans evaluate kibble for a living. Before that glossy bag hits the supermarket shelf, a handful of humans, sensory scientists, not gastronomic daredevils, are tasked with judging how a product looks, smells, and behaves in a bowl. They don lab coats, follow strict protocols, and use precise vocabulary, mouthfeel, fattiness, fracture profile, to score recipes. It's not about chomping suspicious pellets like a cartoon wolf. It's about controlled tasting panels, texture comparisons, and long sessions of descriptive work that would make a sommelier nod in impressed confusion. Big pet food companies pay well because messing this up means unhappy pets, returned product lines, and viral tantrums from devoted pet parents. The job blends food science, animal nutrition knowledge, and, surprisingly, marketing psychology. You're helping decide whether Fido's dinner is gourmet or mystery meat. Punchline: your palate gets to be discerning, your cat remains unimpressed, and you can honestly tell people you're a professional who makes sure Fluffy remains picky in style. 3. Mattress and sleep test participant. Get paid to nap like it's research. Companies that design mattresses, pillows, and sleep tech actually hire humans to test their products under laboratory conditions. Participants may be students of comfort economics. Read anyone who loves sleep and tolerates questionnaires. The work involves scheduled naps, overnight stays, and filling out surveys about dreams, back soreness, and whether the pillow whispered sweet nothings. Some roles are short, 2 hours evaluating firmness, while others are extended, monitoring sleep cycles with sensors and learning the vocabulary of REM latency. Testers are briefed to keep routines consistent, avoid caffeine, and report honestly about whether the mattress cured their lifelong insomnia or only their mid-afternoon sulk. Pay varies. Per-shift cash for quick panels, stipend plus lodging for overnight trials. But the perks are real: free mattresses, sleep tech, and bragging rights. Punchline: it's the only job where snoring on the clock is rewarded, your supervisor applauds a perfect 8-hour snooze, and sleeping on the job is a literal qualification. 4. Golf ball diver. Because someone's got to rescue all those lost hopes. Ever slice a ball straight into a murky pond and curse your swing? Somewhere out there, a certified scuba diver is retrieving it for cash. Golf ball divers collect thousands of submerged balls from water hazards on courses, clean them up, and sell them back to distributors, sometimes earning 6 figures a year. It's not just splashing around. It's dark, cold, and often filled with snapping turtles, snakes, and golf cart debris from that one bachelor party. Divers wear thick wetsuits, haul 50-pound mesh bags of soggy balls, and spend hours underwater feeling for spheres of regret. Many courses hire independent contractors who pay a small cut per recovered ball, creating an underground economy of pond pirates. It's dangerous, profitable, and weirdly poetic, like industrial fishing, but for people's bad aim. Punchline: you might lose your dignity on the 9th hole, but this person will gladly fish it out, one Titleist at a time. 5. Professional mourner. Getting paid to cry better than the relatives. In parts of the world, especially in China, Africa, and Eastern Europe, Families hire professional mourners to ensure funerals feel properly emotional. Their job? Weep convincingly, shout poetic laments, and sometimes even improvise stories about the deceased's greatness. They're paid by intensity and duration. A truly convincing wail can earn extra tips. Agencies audition mourners like actors, checking voice range and tear stamina. Some mourners even tour with funeral directors, like grief's personal roadies. Culturally, it's believed that loud, dramatic sorrow honors the dead and comforts the living. Modern versions now include live streaming, mourners broadcasting from funerals so relatives abroad can feel the grief digitally. Punchline: it's the only performance art where overacting isn't criticized. It's rewarded with cash and applause from sobbing strangers. 6. Odor judge. The nose knows, and it gets paid for it. Yes, odor judge is a legitimate job title. These brave professionals work for companies testing deodorants, mouthwashes, laundry detergents, or air fresheners. Their mission: sniff human armpits, breath samples, or dirty socks to rate odor intensity on a scientific scale. The job demands exceptional olfactory accuracy. Applicants are screened for nasal sensitivity, trained to detect subtle notes like rancid butter versus old onion, and tested daily to prevent smell fatigue. Most of the time, they evaluate how well products neutralize body odor after controlled sweating sessions. The worst part? No cologne, no spicy lunch, no breaks from ode to humanity. But it pays surprisingly well, because when millions of dollars hinge on a product that promises 48-hour freshness, you need a nose that tells no lies. Punchline: it's the only career where saying "you stink" is a compliment, and part of the scientific method. 7. Professional snuggler, where awkward intimacy becomes hourly income. For those starved of human contact, there's an industry that offers strictly platonic cuddles. Professional snugglers charge by the hour to provide emotional comfort. No romance, just spooning and conversation under a weighted blanket. Sessions can take place in studios designed like cozy living rooms or at clients' homes, under clear, consent-heavy contracts. The idea began as a therapeutic service for loneliness and stress relief, but it evolved into a cultural oddity somewhere between therapy and weird self-care. Professionals undergo training in boundaries, consent, and communication, because one wrong move can turn a hug into a headline. The pay? Anywhere from $60 to $120 per hour. It's soothing, safe, and oddly lucrative. Punchline: you're not curing loneliness, you're monetizing it, one professionally timed cuddle at a time. 8. Iceberg mover, saving ships from Titanic sequels. While it sounds like a cartoon job from Ice Age, iceberg moving is real. In Arctic waters, specially trained crews locate, track, and redirect massive ice chunks drifting toward oil rigs, shipping routes, or research stations. Using high-powered tugboats, nets, and even water cannons, they tow or push bergs into safer currents. The work requires meteorological skill, oceanographic data, and nerves of steel. One wrong current, and your frozen mountain decides to fight back. The pay is high because the risk is higher. One accident can cost millions. Most iceberg movers are ex-sailors, engineers, or people who apparently looked at desk job and said, "Nah, I'd rather lasso frozen death." Punchline: it's the only career where your to-do list includes move a continent before lunch. 9. Water slide tester. Because someone has to risk the wedgie of science. Meet the brave souls who test water slides for safety, thrill level, and splash factor. Before any tourist screams down a twisting tunnel of chlorine, professional slide testers ride prototypes over and over armed with waterproof sensors and GoPros. Their job? Make sure no one flies off the curve, smacks their spine, or drowns in an over-enthusiastic splashdown. It sounds like childhood heaven until you realize you'll do it 40 times a day in freezing water, while engineers stare at you like a lab rat in swim trunks. These testers analyze acceleration, friction, and water flow, often traveling to theme parks worldwide. It's fun, until your body's 70% bruise and 30% regret. Punchline: it's the only job where screaming at work means you're doing everything right. 10. Professional sleeper for NASA, paid to lie in bed for months. To study how microgravity affects the human body, NASA and related agencies hire participants to spend weeks or months lying flat in bed. They simulate the effects of zero gravity on circulation and muscle atrophy, measuring bone loss and cardiovascular strain. Participants can't sit up, can't walk, and must do everything from eating to bathroom breaks while horizontal. The catch: it pays very well, sometimes over $18,000 for 60 days. Most volunteers start thrilled, "I'm getting paid to nap," then discover how hellish boredom and back pain can be when you literally can't stand up. Punchline: it's the dream job until you realize you can't dream of standing ever again. 11. Crime scene cleaner, the hero nobody wants to call. After the detectives leave and the cameras fade, these professionals step into the worst places imaginable: crime scenes, suicides, hoarding houses, or industrial accidents. Armed with hazmat suits, disinfectants, and steel stomachs, they remove biohazard material and restore spaces to livable condition. The job pays high due to trauma exposure and risk, but the real challenge is psychological: walking into rooms that smell like stories you can't forget. Many describe it as part science, part therapy, part surreal absurdity, cleaning ketchup-like stains while someone's parrot repeats police sirens. They must handle families, insurance adjusters, and forensic restrictions, all while keeping calm. Punchline: it's the only job where you literally wipe away evidence of humanity's worst decisions. 12. Snake milker, extracting venom so others don't die. Snake milkers collect venom from cobras, rattlesnakes, and vipers to produce antivenom and for medical research. The process involves pinning the snake's head, making it bite into a sterile cup, and hoping it doesn't get personal. Each drop of venom can be worth hundreds of dollars, but so can each mistake. Snake milkers must handle dozens daily, identifying species, managing stress, and dodging fangs sharper than their insurance plans. Despite danger, they often describe snakes as misunderstood coworkers. The job requires steady hands, thick gloves, and a weirder sense of calm than a monk in a minefield. Punchline: it's the only job where you milk something that hisses at you for trying. 13. Face feeler, because beauty testing needs a human fingerprint. Cosmetic companies hire sensory panelists or face feelers to test lotions, creams, and shaving products. They touch volunteers' skin before and after application, judging texture changes, smoothness, oiliness, or softness. It's not creepy, it's science with moisturizer. Trained feelers develop insane tactile sensitivity, identifying micrometric differences like 0.3 degrees smoother or 10% silkier. Sessions are timed, documented, and sometimes blindfolded to eliminate visual bias. Pay is decent, but the oddity level is off the charts. Imagine explaining at parties that your job is gently stroking strangers for skincare accuracy. Punchline: it's the only job where "get your hands off my face" is considered rude to science. 14. Worm picker, digging up profits, one squirm at a time. Fishing companies need bait, and somebody's got to harvest it. Worm pickers work nights, roaming muddy fields with headlamps, collecting night crawlers that surface after rain. It's muddy, wet, and surprisingly competitive. A good picker can gather thousands in a single shift. They're sold by the pound to bait suppliers or exporters, earning steady pay for a job that's 50% patience, 50% squish tolerance. Pickers use stealth, timing, and a light touch. Worms retract if startled. You'll never look at garden soil the same way again. Punchline: it's the only job where getting dirty literally pays off before sunrise. 15. Lego sculptor, turning childhood obsession into a full-time gig. Major theme parks and brands hire master builders to design and construct massive Lego sculptures, dragons, cars, even full-size people. These artists use software to plan brick geometry, manage color palettes, and spend weeks snapping plastic together with surgical precision. It's fun until you realize each statue weighs hundreds of pounds and costs tens of thousands of bricks. Builders train for years, perfecting symmetry, stability, and the ability to smile through finger pain. It's engineering disguised as playtime. One wrong piece, and your life-size Yoda collapses into a pile of existential regret. Punchline: it's the only job where childhood never ends, just your wrist strength. 16. Panda nanny, babysitting black and white celebrities. In China's panda research centers, panda nannies are hired to care for cubs, feed them, and ensure they grow up healthy and Instagram ready. The job involves cuddling baby pandas, bottle feeding them milk, cleaning enclosures, and pretending you're not melting from cuteness overload. It sounds dreamy until you realize pandas are surprisingly strong, clumsy, and very, very messy. The position pays well and includes full housing, plus a steady diet of bamboo-related chaos. Candidates need biology or animal care backgrounds, but mainly patience and a strong back for 20-pound furballs who refuse to nap. Visitors film you constantly. One sneeze goes viral. Punchline: it's the only job where getting tackled by your boss is adorable, because your boss is a panda. 17. Virtual gold farmer, mining fake coins for real cash. In massive online games like World of Warcraft or RuneScape, entire companies employ players to grind for in-game gold, rare items, or experience points, then sell them to lazier players for real money. Most workers are in developing countries, farming digital loot 12 hours a day. It's repetitive, low glamour, and surprisingly organized, like an industrial economy inside a video game. Some earn enough to live comfortably, others form underground syndicates run by guild bosses. It's part gamer dream, part dystopian sweatshop. Punchline: it's the only mining job where your tool is a keyboard and your union is your Wi-Fi router. 18. Chicken sexer, the world's least romantic talent. Poultry farms need to separate male and female chicks immediately after hatching. Enter the chicken sexer, a trained expert who can tell the difference in seconds by gently examining anatomy most people would rather not mention. The job requires months of training, microscopic precision, and speed. Experts can inspect over 1,000 chicks per hour. They're paid handsomely because a single mix-up can cost farms thousands. It's not glamorous. You sit for hours, surrounded by chirping chaos and the smell of destiny. But these professionals are globally in demand and oddly respected for their strange superpower. Punchline: it's the only career where being good at guessing gender actually matters, scientifically. 19. Professional crier in Japan, corporate therapy with tissues. In Japan, companies sometimes hire tear facilitators, professionals who guide stressed employees through crying sessions. They play emotional films, share touching stories, and encourage everyone to release pent-up sadness. The leader often cries alongside the group, proving it's okay to emote in a culture that values composure. Some even bring trained comfort animals or handsome Ickmen men who gently hand out tissues. It's all about emotional detox, like a spa for your soul, with sobbing. Punchline: it's the only job where breaking down at work earns you applause instead of HR paperwork. 20. Paint drying observer, patience, monetized. Before paints are approved for sale, companies test how long they take to dry, change color, or crack. The person responsible for documenting this is the paint drying observer, literally staring at walls for hours while measuring sheen and thickness. They take notes, photograph layers, and fight the creeping madness that comes from watching molecules harden in real time. It's vital for quality control, but spiritually similar to a slow-motion existential crisis. Punchline: it's the only job where boredom isn't a side effect. It's the entire mission statement. 21. Professional bridesmaid, hired friendship for your big day. Weddings can be chaotic, and not everyone has a reliable friend group ready to coordinate hairstyles and hide tears. Enter the professional bridesmaid, an undercover helper posing as a best friend, blending into the bridal party while handling drama, emergencies, and the mother-in-law's suggestions. They organize bachelorette parties, calm nerves, and ensure every photo looks spontaneous. The pay can reach thousands per wedding, depending on the emotional damage required. The hardest part? Pretending you've known the bride for years while memorizing fake backstories for nosy guests. Punchline: it's the only job where lying, crying, and holding a bouquet are part of the same contract. 22. Crime scene simulator, helping police train with fake disasters. To prepare investigators for real emergencies, specialists design hyper-realistic mock crime scenes, complete with fake blood, props, and strategically placed clues. Crime scene simulators use makeup, chemistry, and storytelling skills to create believable scenarios for training police, forensic students, and even disaster response teams. They might build an entire apartment full of staged evidence, fingerprints on glass, blood spatter on curtains, even fake bodies made of silicone. The weirder part? They have to explain the fictional crime afterward, like a director giving notes to detectives. Pay varies, but creativity and stomach strength are mandatory. It's theater meets horror science fair, except everyone's in latex gloves. Punchline. It's the only job where making a mess earns applause from law enforcement. 23. Professional queuer in the UK, the Olympic sport of standing still. Britain takes queuing seriously. So seriously that some people monetized it. Professional queuers wait in long lines for concerts, royal events, tech releases, or Black Friday sales, charging clients who can't or won't stand around for 8 hours in the rain. They bring folding chairs, snacks, and a level of patience rivaling Buddhist monks. The best queuers even keep detailed notes on their place-in-line ethics to avoid riots. Some agencies employ dozens of stand-ins across London during big events. Pay? Around $20 to $40 an hour. Dignity? Sold separately. Punchline. It's the only job where time literally is money, and someone else's. 24. Snake massager. Luxury therapy with reptiles. In certain high-end spas in Indonesia, Russia, and the Philippines, snake massage is a real and horrifying wellness trend. Clients lie on tables while non-venomous snakes slither across their bodies, supposedly relieving muscle tension and anxiety. The therapist's role? Keep both client and snakes calm, a delicate task if one starts panicking. The snake's weight is said to provide deep tissue stimulation, though skeptics call it terror therapy. Snake handlers must understand reptile behavior and customer psychology, ensuring no one leaves traumatized or bitten. Punchline. It's the only spa where your masseuse might hiss at you for moving. 25. Furniture tester. Professional sitter with industrial-grade buns. Before furniture hits the showroom, someone has to test its comfort, durability, and squeak resistance. That's where furniture testers come in. Professionals who sit, recline, bounce, and sometimes drop onto chairs and sofas thousands of times a day. Factories measure wear and tear from repetitive human simulation. The testers log angles, vibrations, and material fatigue, basically doing extreme lounging for science. The best testers combine physical endurance with an ability to stay awake while doing the same thing all day. Punchline. It's the only job where being lazy is literally a technical requirement. 26. Roadkill collector, the cleanup crew of chaos. When animals meet highways, somebody has to deal with the aftermath, and that somebody gets paid. Roadkill collectors work for local governments or wildlife services, removing carcasses to prevent accidents, disease, and smell. It's grim, but necessary. They drive special trucks, wear protective suits, and carry industrial-strength humor to survive the day. Some collect data for ecology studies, counting species and locations to prevent future collisions. Others just ensure highways stay presentable. It's a tough job with strong stomachs and stronger playlists. Punchline. It's the only job where taking work home is absolutely not an option. 27. Gumologist. Master of the chew. Yes, there are scientists, actual gumologists, who develop new chewing gum flavors, textures, and stretchiness. Working in confectionery labs, they blend chemistry with taste testing, experimenting with elastic compounds to achieve the perfect snap and chew duration. They chew hundreds of samples weekly, spitting each into labeled cups for analysis. The weirdest part? They measure bubble inflation potential and flavor decay velocity using machines. The pay is sweet, the perks are sticky, and the job ensures your dentist stays gainfully employed. Punchline. It's the only job where blowing bubbles at work gets you promoted. Humanity never fails to amaze or horrify. Which paycheck for weirdness impressed you most?